here's the thing, right? If I ask every one of you on this call right now, let's say one of your goals is to make money online. And I say to you, do you believe that money can be made online? What are you guys going to all say? You're going to say, yeah, of course, right? Okay. Now, if I say to you guys, do you believe you can make money online? Or do you believe you can make 100K a month online? That's where you might start to go, oh, shit, I don't know. This is what I'm talking about. Your identity, the self-image, is the strongest force in human nature in getting what you want. We always act in alignment with what we believe to be true about ourselves, what we believe we're worth, what we believe we deserve, who we think we are, all of these things, right? So if you subconsciously are like this, I want to make money online, I want to achieve these goals, these visions I hold, but at a deep level, your identity is somebody who doesn't deserve that, or that's not for them, guess what's going to happen? You will move away from it. You will sabotage it. You will avoid stepping into that goal. So the key thing, guys, is as you are creating your visions, as you're writing down your goals, again, brothers, look at it, everyone has these fucking business goals, these external goals they want to achieve in their life, but they don't see themselves as that guy. They don't believe themselves to be the version who is achieving and accomplishing those goals. So what happened was, for me, I would have these goals in fitness, for example. It could be in business as well. Let's just stick with one at a time. Fitness, I always had this vision of getting bigger, right? Putting on muscle, putting on size. But subconsciously, I saw myself as a guy who was skinny. I saw myself as somebody who never really had that physique. So no matter how many workout plans I would find, no matter how many fucking diet plans I would go on, bulking plans, whatever it was, I would always go back to what I believed I was worth, what I believed was true about myself. Once I started to say to myself, hold on, who would that guy be? I was like, he would be fucking disciplined. He would be consistent. He would be feeling powerful, right? Guess what would happen? I would then visualize over that, see this as myself, and then take action towards it. And I break this concept down. There's a YouTube video I've made, guys, called Follow This 4-Step Process and Change Your Life, something like that. Probably one of my best videos I made. But this is what I'm saying to you guys. If you don't have a vision, if you don't have this mental image of what you're trying to create in your life, how the fuck are you going to get it? You can't, bro. You can't move towards it. It's like saying, you're going to build a building without a blueprint, without an architecture blueprint. You can't build it, bro. Like, you have a bunch of bricks and stuff and materials, but you don't have a blueprint to follow. So you have to start off with a vision of what you're building. You have to see the end product finished, complete, with the vision, the external, right? Because then you believe it can be possible. But like I said to you guys, it's like saying, do you believe you can buy a Rolex? Fuck yeah, you can buy a Rolex. There's shops that sell Rolexes. You're like, yeah, I can buy that. It's not that you don't think they can't be bought. It's that you think you can't fucking buy one. And then reverse engineering that. It's not that, oh, I don't know how to make the money. It's, I don't feel worthy of that. I don't feel deserving of that. And this is what I try to explain to people, right? If you have a tree, if you look at the branches of a tree, those are the actions. Those are the doing, right? But what's on the root of the tree? It's our beliefs, right? And most people think that the beliefs are like this. I need to be more disciplined. I need to be more focused. I need to be more consistent. That's not fucking true. Because if the root of the tree is, I fucking deserve that, I am worthy of that, you will naturally take those actions and move towards it. Because look in your life, look in your life at the things that are effortless for you, that almost come to you without any effort or without any struggle. You know, it could be fitness, could be certain skill sets that you have, certain opportunities that you get. Yeah, because you believe you're worthy of it. You believe you're deserving of it. So people are like, you know, I hear people say, for example, like, you know, if you should feel shame or guilt if you haven't achieved your goal yet. No, bro, because then you're going to stay operating from that. You need to be like, I deserve that goal. I'm worthy of that as the base foundation of your identity. But from that, you take massive action to reinforce this is the identity of this person. You see what I'm saying to you guys? Once you guys can do this, I promise you your life is going to transform more than anything else in your life, because you believe You're worthy of it. You believe that you deserve it. And what's going to happen is this, guys, yeah? We'll do an exercise right now. If you look around your room right now, I'll do the same as well. Let's think about this. Let's look for things that are blue. So look around your room for things that are blue. I can see a few things here, right? My bottles, that bottle, that coat. Cool. Now, if I close my eyes and you close your eyes as well, and I say, look for things that are red. Remember, close your eyes. What did you see that was red? I can think of one thing. So have a think. Open your eyes up. Look around. Okay. I see red on my iPhone there, yeah, on the camera. I see red plants over there. I see red on the wall over there. What am I trying to get at, guys? What you're looking for, what you believe, is what you're going to see outside of you. So if you believe, yeah, you're not worthy, you're going to see an opportunity, you're going to see something outside of you, and you're going to say, that's not for me. Subconsciously, but that's not for me. Once your belief system is, I fucking deserve that, you will not only see opportunities, but you'll take different actions towards them. You're like, that's for me? Of course that's for me, bro. That's for me. Do you see what I'm saying to you guys? It's all about how we see ourselves. The person we see is the person we're going to be. And from being, we do. From doing, we have. You see what I'm saying to you guys? Identity is repeated beingness. So if we identify as a fucking winner, and we clarify this using the winner worksheet, right? But we truly see ourselves as that. We're like, I am a winner. But then you have rules that go along with that. A winner does these kind of actions. A winner is this bro, you're going to start to get results from a winner. But for as long as you believe you're not that guy, bro, it's going to be pushed into the distance. It's going to be pushed away from you because I'm not that guy. You see what I mean, guys? Of course, massive action is a requirement of this. But if the foundations are weak, it's not going to work. I'm going to read to you this verse actually from the Bible, yeah? So, this verse changed my life. And it is called The Wise and Foolish Builders. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall because it had foundations on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell with a great crash. And this is what I'm saying to you guys. How many fucking courses have you guys been through? How much information do you have access to? You know what I'm saying to you? And how many times have you started to take action towards your goals and then it comes crashing back down again? Why? Because the foundation, yeah, your identity is not built on strong foundations. You're taking action, yeah, you're moving towards stuff with weak foundations because of how you view yourself. Do you see what I'm saying to you guys? Your identity, how you see yourself to be. So what happens is if you identify internally as whatever it might be, the external world has to play that out as true. Because one of the rules of the mind, guys, is to prove you right. Yeah? It's to prove you right. The mind doesn't want to second question things. Because once it goes into the subconscious here, it accepts that as true and just basically keeps it as a fact so you don't waste energy questioning it. Because guys, imagine if you had to question every belief you had in your mind. Imagine it. You had to question, you'd be fucked. But these beliefs and these stories were given to you at a time in your life when you wasn't even aware. So my point is, if you identify as a certain type of person, that will play out. You see what I'm saying to you guys? That will play out. So how do we change this, guys? Like I said, the whole point of this message was like, you can have goals. You can have your dreams. You can have your desires, which I believe are God-given. Because if I ask every single one of you on this call right now, everyone has different goals, visions, and dreams. Yeah, every one of you. So you have these, but it's like if you don't see yourself as the guy at that level, they're just going to be pushed into the future. The more you can step into being the guy, the identity of that person, the more you're going to draw those things to you. And what I've experienced in my life, guys, you go through different phases, right? There's going to be phases in your life where it's like, you need to be maybe, the identity is like, I need to be disciplined. I need to just use force. I need to just be militant. Just grind, push myself, build that identity. Then you're going to get to another level where it's like, okay, I might need to be more stepping into my faith, more into my love, more into a different energy, right? And that's what I've experienced. And that's why as well, guys, reflection is so important. As you're moving towards your goals, yeah, you've got to be questioning things. That's why the Discipline 30 is so powerful. How did I show up today? Where was I not being that future version of me? Because guys, like, you're going to be operating unconsciously. You're not going to recognize some of the things you're doing, some of the thoughts you're having, the emotions you're experiencing, the actions that you take. You don't know. They just slip by and you're just like, okay, cool. But then that creates your reality. And I would say to you guys, yeah, think about it. Over the past, let's say the past day, the past week, the past month, what have you done to consciously make a decision to change the thoughts you're experiencing, the emotions that you're experiencing? And of course, I'm going to say it through visualization and then matching that with action. But if you are not doing that, yeah, look at the life you're living, look at the results you're experiencing, look at what is playing out. I can guarantee you right now, it's in direct reflection of what you've been thinking over the past week, months, and years. But we can take control of that. This is why I say to people, yeah, it's like, if you're just trying to do more and take more action, it's going to work to some degree, yes. But if you look at any successful person, whoever they are online, for example, or even offline, you look at them, look at how they view themselves and what they believe to be true about themselves. They just see themselves as a winner. They see themselves as having money is normal. So again, how can we change this? One is having a clear vision, of course. 2 is going to be your environment, right? 3 is going to be your associations. And those are some of the biggest ways you're going to be able to do this. Of course, taking action as well. And what's going to happen over time is you're going to step into this. Once your mind can accept, yeah, that I am this guy, this is who I am, then you will start to bring that to you. Like, again, I was coaching somebody yesterday one-on-one, right? Same thing. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get that. Okay, then. So what are you telling yourself? It's in the future. You might have seen me, guys. I put it on Instagram as well yesterday, right? This guy was messaging me. He said, yeah, it's taken a long time. Right? I can't remember the exact word he said. He's like, yeah, it's taken a long time, but I'm never going to back down. I'm like, bro, is that playing out in your fucking reality? 100%. 100 fucking percent, guys. I can't explain it to you any other way. When I started to do these exercises I'm telling you today, yeah, and I started to just write down things about my life, business, making money, my identity, whatever it was, bro, it just started to play out. And I was like, what the fuck? Dom said, is it lying? Well, here's the thing, right? Whatever you believe in the subconscious mind is going to play out anyway. So I don't believe it's a lie. I believe we're just choosing what we want to think. We're creating our reality. Because to some degree, isn't whatever you believe to be true a lie if you look at it like that? You're like, I don't have millions in the bank. Bro, but what if you did? And this is what I'm saying to you guys. It's not about, how do I say this, guys? Look, it's never about the external thing. It's not like I've got millions in my bank. It's who you become in the process of that, yeah? But to get the goal, you have to first of all embody that person. You have to see yourself as that person. You have to truly step into the identity of that person. And this is another thing I would say to you guys, yeah? How you get there, you don't know how you're going to get there. Like I've said to you guys, there's been days in my business here, straight up, where I made 25 grand in a day from one Instagram post. Instagram story, 25. And I was like, it shattered my reality, bro. Because I was like, how the fuck, yeah, did I make that much money doing the least work I'd ever done in my life? And then I would be speaking to guys. These are other things that shattered my reality. I'd be speaking to guys making 500k a month, coaching them one-on-one, right? And the guy's like, yeah, bro, I wake up at 9 in the morning and I have a coffee. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? These times I was getting up at 4:44, hustling, bro. Hitting like 10, 20k a month. He's getting up at 5 a.m. Sorry, he's getting up at 9 a.m. having a coffee, chilling, making 500 grand a month. And I was like, bro, this is where, yeah, bro, guys, when you're creating your reality, I truly believe you already know the path you're going to take. Your imagination already knows. Vincent van Gogh said, first I dream the painting, then I paint the dream. You see what I'm saying to you guys? So if you just sit back, yeah, and you visualize and you see, you go into your imagination, yeah, and you just see the reality you're living. And you hear that, bro? The reality you're living. Not that you're going to live, the reality you're living. Step into that. Experience that now, because the mind can't tell the difference between imagination and reality. Once you step into that, yeah, and you're experiencing that, your subconscious mind, God, whatever you want to call it, is going to show you a certain lifestyle. It's going to show it to you, right? Then your job is to just match that energy day to day and operate from that as if it's already done. It will unfold. The universe will reflect back to you that which you feel from within. And here's the other thing, guys. You've got to be courageous enough here to step away from things now, certain actions you're taking, emotions, like I said, things like that, that are not aligned with that future reality. That's all it's going to be. Again, time is not real. Time is made up. Time is an illusion. We think that it's going to take time to achieve our goal. No, bro, it's not about time. It's about matching that energy, the frequency, the vibration of that reality. Because again, if you was in that reality, let me ask you this, guys. So if you think about it, yeah? If you had different thoughts, if you had different feelings, if you was taking different actions in your life now, and you was to do that over the past 3 months or 6 months or 12 months, would you be in a different reality right now, yes or no? 100%. Okay, so if we agree with that, yeah, then it goes to show it's not about doing more, bro. Doing is a component. Yes, of course, you have to take action, but it's about taking aligned action. Because if you're taking action, but your internal world and your beliefs and your thoughts, your feelings are just like, this isn't for me. Like, this isn't really for me. I don't even want to be doing this thing. Bro, you will block it. You will not get it because there's resistance between you and the goal. So once you know, like, yeah, I want that. This is mine. Your job is to step into that more and more internally and watch the external world reflect that back to you. It just will. It will reflect it back to you. You got to look at it like this, guys. If you look in the mirror and you're trying to get the mirror to smile back at you, it ain't gonna work. You have to smile first. The reflection is the mirror. You see what I'm saying to you guys? The same as with your reality. You're looking at your lifestyle, your bank, whatever it might be, physique, whatever it is. That's going to be a direct reflection of what you believe to be true about yourself. You see what I'm saying, guys? So once you start to really dial in the identity aspect of it, who you need to be, who you are. There's a quote by Socrates, first say who you must be, then do what you must do. That's my whole point. I'm not saying you don't take out. Yeah, you're just going to visualize you're jacked, bro, and then you just don't go to the gym. That ain't going to work. You know what I'm saying to you? But because you keep visualizing being this guy, seeing yourself as this guy, then you're going to step into that, from that energy, from that identity. It's like I said to you guys, when I was building my physique, I used to see myself as being a certain type of guy. I would visualize being disciplined. And then what would be the feeling around that? Powerful. You know what I'm saying? Strong. And I would envision that. So when I go to the gym, 100% effort, you know? Same in business. When I would visualize certain scenes, I remember, for example, last year when I hosted the mastermind for Brotherhood, we hosted 2, but I remember in the first one, I remember sitting there in Tulum, Mexico. There's like 17 guys sitting at this table, and I was sitting at the end of it, and I was like, I'm fucking leading this whole thing, yeah? But what I'm saying to you guys is on my vision prior to that, I had wrote down, I am a leader. I was visualizing that. So it was like I had already stepped into it. And I would argue and say to you guys, if I hadn't have decided consciously, I am a leader, yeah? I lead people, I don't think I would have hosted a mastermind. You feel what I'm saying to you guys? I don't think I would have stepped into that. So if you're not seeing yourself now as a certain type of person, I am, you're waiting. You're postponing it into the future. Like I say to you, this guy I was speaking to the other day on Instagram, WhatsApp, he's like, yeah, I'm never going to back down. I'm like, nice story, bro. That same story is what's keeping you from winning. Because really understand this, guys. If you think you're never going to back down, when you've made it and you're successful, are you thinking, I'm never going to back down? No, bro. You're thinking, I'm winning. I'm successful. But here's what I'm saying to you guys. People wait to see the external thing to give them the confirmation. You see what I mean? They wait for the external to go, oh yeah, I made it. Like, don't do that. Claim it now and be like, I am that guy. And yes, guys, this is not easy. Because guess what's going to happen? You're going to go out into this physical world And there's going to be everything reflecting back to you that that's not true. Oh, but you don't have that yet. This isn't it yet. Whatever it is. But guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you, I've achieved a lot of stuff in my life. And so many of the things that I achieved, once I achieved them, it was so familiar to me, I almost bypassed the experience of them, if that makes sense. It was just so normal for me. I was like, oh. And I look back and I'm like, well, it's kind of fucking crazy. So you've got to match that, guys. You've got to match it, like I said, clear vision, what it is you want, identity, who you would be at that level, why it's important for you as well, and then just visualize that. See those scenes playing out, and then go about your day. Go about your day from that state, from that energy. And the other thing, guys, as well, like I said to you, it's not about time. If you know, right, there's certain things in your life that wouldn't be happening right now in that next step in your life, you've got to be able to take big decisions that stop you from getting there. That would stop you from getting there. Like I said, when I closed down my previous business, that was a huge, huge fucking risk I took. But I knew in my intuition, God was like, bro, this ain't it, man. Like, you've got to let go. And I was like, fuck it, I let go. Soon as I let go, I ascended up to my next level in life. And here's what I'm saying to you. When you have fears, right, you're going to have certain fears in your life. Those fears are not real. And every time I've done a decision that I feared for whatever reason, once I stepped into that, the thing I was fearing would be proven to me that it was bullshit. So when I closed down my previous business, I was like, how am I going to make money? As soon as I let go of that and I closed down the business, that's when I had my 25K day, and that month I made $50,000. And I was just like, bro, the universe was just like, you're good, man. So another example, and again, I'll just use money as an example right now. When I had an idea to do an $8 offer, I was like, fuck it. Let me run this offer up. $8 offer, 8 masterclasses, This feels aligned. This feels like it's going to allow me to grow. I done it that month, biggest month in business. And I was just like, again, I just followed my intuition, like speed. So you guys, another thing, you got to match it with speed as well. So when you're getting these downloads, just be like, cool, let's go. And the faster you step into that, bro, you're going to just be shocked. The universe is going to give back to you that which you've been asking for. So yeah, Ilya, what's good, bro?